talking about how to do your own videos. And Kristen Schwartz, did you say you just took a course too?
I've done B school, and I've also done Amy Porterfield's courses at Convert. But
Yeah,
in terms of video, it's just been basically like if I'm inspired by something, I just try to
you're,
recreate that.
you're
Um,
self-taught and you watched other people and how they did it.
yeah, and
Okay.
I always have been really into like trying to figure out how I can get the best quality on a budget. So that always excites me.
Everybody on this call is going to get excited about the budget. I put on there that you did it for under $150, so
Yeah.
they're ready to hear about that. So why did you decide to do videos instead of plain old written blogs or
Yeah.
Facebook posts?
Um, I'll tell you, over the last year, I've really started to just focus on the things that bring me joy, that I really get excited about. For a really long time, I would say like I know enough about everything and some to gets me in trouble. So I've really learned to like, okay, what brings me joy, and what can I do but doesn't bring me joy and it just keeps me busy. And so video for me is fun because I can bring more of my personality into it. I just recently kind of let go of Facebook, my personal profile, because that wasn't really bringing much joy. And yeah, so that's why I do video. I love writing. I still write and publish, but video to me is just fun.
What do you accomplish with the video? What does it bring to you?
Yeah. Um, Video allows me to be a little bit more colorful. In like my inspirational videos that I create, I love bringing in like the background music and the images that kind of pop, and my voiceover, like I can bring in emotion, and people can actually feel it, right? It's palpable. So to me, that's what video does for me.
Okay. And how long have you been doing the Facebook Lives, or have you been doing the first thing I saw that you did was like a collage. It
Yeah.
was a lot of different things. And what was the point of that video?
The point of that video, I'd seen a few, like I call them inspirational videos, videos that you watch and you're like moved by them, and it usually has someone's personal story, and so I'd seen a few of those, and I knew I wanted to recreate something like that, but I knew I wanted it to be in my own voice. I didn't want somebody else to do the voiceover, and for me it was like connecting to my audience. I love to inspire and I love to be inspired, but then I also knew that there was this vulnerable, raw story in me that also needed to be told. So it kind of like brought those two together.
How long did it take you to create that video?
Um, that video, um, to be completely honest, I had never even thought about making one, but that day, I saw a video online. I was like, you know what? I want to make one like that. And I sat down and I had that done within 3 hours.
Did you really?
I did.
Okay.
And I knew that I didn't want to hire someone to do it for me. I was inspired and like by it enough to like, okay, I can do this. Like I said when we were talking on the phone, that's how my mind works. Like, how can I figure this out myself first? So I sat down and I just started like Google searching. Where do I find audio clips? Where do I find image clips? Where do I find free image clips? I wrote out the script of like what I wanted to say that was already inside of me, so I knew what I wanted to say in the story behind the video. And then the rest was just kind of like blending it all together. And I'd already had the software from when I took Amy Porterfield's courses at Convert. So I already had ScreenFlow on my Mac, and I'd already dabbled in that enough in course creating that I knew, oh my gosh, I can do this. Like, it's just a matter of like getting my audio in there, my voiceover, and then from there, listening to it, and then going, okay, when I'm talking about purpose and how your intention and how there's a ripple effect, and we don't know the impact we're having on the world. Okay, what image clip will go with that? Okay, it'd be great if I could find an ocean or a lake and all you see is a water dripping down, and then you see the tiny little ripples that just, you know, expand out like from the clip. So it was like a matter of like seeing that and then searching for image clips. And then because I wanted to do it on a budget, I was limited in terms of like my choices. So I still knew what I was looking for in terms of clips for each part of my audio, my voiceover. So then I would just search. Like one of the great sites that I found right away was bencloud.com, and it's all free background music. And so then I would,
What is it? What's the
it's
name of it?
It is.
B-I-N?
It's B-E-N. Let me just make sure that I say this. Bencloud. So BENCLOUD.com.
Okay.
And I would just sit there and listen to the different audio clips based on, like, inspirational or, you know, sad or scary. And that first video I made, it was totally free. Like, it didn't cost me a penny, the one that you have, besides the fact that I already had the software on my computer. I recorded the audio straight into my Mac. I didn't even have a microphone at that point. Like, my second video I did, I actually bought a microphone, and I think that was like $80. But that first one was done completely free.
Okay, so we're going to pick your brain for all of the things that you bought for it. ScreenFlow, you told me that was $99. Is that one time only?
Yeah, that's one time only. It was $99.
That's about 3 times cheaper than Camtasia, and you said you thought that was easier?
Yeah, I've used Camtasia before. Camtasia took me a little bit longer to understand the ins and the outs. To me, ScreenFlow was just, it was very user-friendly. And so it's great. Like, it's completely worth its money if you can do that $99 investment. You're going to use it for so much. Like, I use it for creating courses. I use it for, like, if we're doing videos, not even live videos, just a quick video I want to pop into like a Facebook group. And again, like I said, you don't have to buy a microphone right away. If you have a good computer, you could just test and use your computer microphone. But for the second video, I did buy a microphone, and it's called Technica. It's T-E-C-H, and it's right here. T-E-C-H-I-N-I-C-A, and it's on Amazon, and you can find it between $70 or $90. The one I looked yesterday, the $70 is this same microphone. It just doesn't have the foam over. I recommend this part though. It just makes it sound a little bit cleaner. And then it just has a little stand, and I set it up next to my computer. And if you ever get into podcasting or want to do something like that, this is going to be great because you can use it for that too. And then it's just got USB, right? You just plug it right into the side of your computer or behind your computer.
Does that mess up your other microphones on your computer? Do you end up with a problem with those, or?
Yeah, when you're recording, you just want to make sure you're choosing that microphone as your audio. So like if you're in ScreenFlow, it'll ask you like what microphone you want to use, and then you can choose the one that's actually connected, and then you can test it and just check. And I'll always do like a run through, like I'll film or like I'll record myself saying like a couple sentences and just see how it sounds in terms of like how close you need it up to your mouth. But honestly, if I wasn't thinking about doing the podcast, I probably wouldn't even have needed that. So if you don't want to spend the $70 to $90 on a microphone and you have an iMac, seriously, you could just use your iMac.
Susan wanted to know if ScreenFlow is for a PC too, and I think when we talked the other day, I looked it up, and you can get it for a PC or a Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Susan, you can get it for either.
Great training, like in ScreenFlow, they have trainings you can watch, but you can also go into YouTube. So like if you're building your video out and you're like, gosh, I wonder if this does this, you can just like look it up on YouTube and people will walk you through. It's amazing. Like when I was writing down stuff for this call today, I was thinking back on creating the video for the first time. And when I would get the audio clips, so like I did my voiceover first. That's what I record first. So I make my script, and then I read the script into my microphone, and then ScreenFlow saves that as like an audio file, right? So you see an audio file up here. And let's say it's 4 minutes long, so it's going to be like this, right? And then I go out and I'm looking for my images. So each image is going to be a clip, right? So like a little clip. And then you import, once you download those onto your computer, you're going to import them into your ScreenFlow, into your project. And then your images will be there, and you can just click in with your mouse and move them around to where you want them underneath your audio. So like your voiceover here, your images here, underneath that will be your background music. And so you can move it all around. And then for your images, if it's a still image, or I use video clips. Let's say your video clip is only 2 seconds long, but the part that you want it to cover in your voiceover is actually 10 seconds long. You can actually take that clip and upload it multiple times, copy and paste it, see what I'm saying? And so you can actually make that one image clip that was only 2 seconds long, you can actually expand it out to be 10 seconds to cover that entire part of your voiceover. And then you can add transitions so it flows and it looks nice and it's not like choppy, you know, moving from one image to the next. There's a lot of really cool features that you can do that makes it look so sharp.
You're talking about some things that nobody on this call has ever heard of before. Did you learn that by Googling?
I learned that by taking ScreenFlows, like the trainings within ScreenFlow.
Okay, so you watched they probably had really good training videos?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really have to get myself to watch those because the way that my personality is like, I got this, and I dive in before I like look at these trainings and like read the manual, right, when you're putting furniture together, and then like an hour into it, I'm like, I really should have read that because I've now messed up 15 times. But this time, I really spent the time I needed to and really got to know ScreenFlow. And if you do that, it's so amazing, not only how easy it's going to be for you, but how many features there are that you can really like make your video magical.
It's like putting together a toy. If you read the directions, and it goes together so much easier.
I know. So true. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have any tips?
Yeah, let me see. I wrote myself some notes here because I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything that I wanted to tell you guys. So I think what I might do too is write down maybe and give them to you, Cathy, that you can post later, like the actual websites that I use for like the image clips and the audio clips that are on a budget. Like another one is videoblocks.com. And they have the background music clips and the image clips. And they have a really big free library that you can search to keep it free. But then if you're feeling spicy and you're like, no, you know what, I really like this background music, and you want to pay, you know, $7 or something, you can also do that too. There's also like a paid feature. So that's a really cool site. I already said Ben Cloud, and that's totally free. And there's also like, if you Google, and that's what I did the very first video and how I was able to get it done in 3 hours. I was super efficient and like, okay, this is what I need. I want background music for a video that's free. Google background video, making, you know, background music for a video that's free. And then I like searched through the websites and then kind of like looked through which ones were actually like legit and had some really good stuff. And this is gonna kind of save you guys time if I give you the ones that I actually found that were worth using. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, in terms of like, I know it might sound complicated because I'm going into stuff that I know now, but really if you're excited in terms of making these type of videos, and I'm sure you guys have seen them on Facebook or where it's like you're listening to someone talk, and then they're telling like a really motivational story, and you're looking at really cool clips of someone like who's sad, and they're telling the story, and there's background music, and the music changes like pitch and gets really exciting or kind of like somber. They're really fun. I think they're fun. And they're a really cool way to communicate your message for your business or some pain points for your clients. And the only thing in terms of Instagram, if any of you use Instagram, so Instagram only allows, isn't it like 30 seconds, I think, or maybe it's a minute. Is it a minute? I think it's just a minute, exactly like 59 seconds Instagram allows. So that first video I made, I think was like 3 minutes and 50 seconds. And so if you ever wanted to like put it on Instagram, you could like, even in ScreenFlow, you can go in once your video is complete, and you can actually like select what minute you actually want to extract, and you can actually save it to a whole nother project, and that could be like your Instagram video. And then you can actually like in your Instagram post, you can say, you know, to watch full video, go to this link, or, you know, link in profile or something to kind of like catch their eye, because video on social media is hot right now. It converts really high for Instagram and for Facebook. And I'm sure like if anybody uses Pinterest or anything, I'm not. I've chosen Instagram as like my main social media because it's fun, because it's like colorful, like that kind of stuff. But it's really hot in terms of marketing.
A lot of our health coaches are wanting to do demonstrations, like preparing juices or preparing foods.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of experience do you have with the iPhone doing videos?
Yeah.
And where do you put them? Do you put them on YouTube or Vimeo, and why did you pick where you put them?
Yeah, so I use my iPhone. You know what, let me grab something really quick. It's right behind me, and I want to show you guys something. I use my iPhone every Tuesday. I do a live training in my private Facebook group. And actually, like right now, I'm filming with my laptop that I've actually never done before in this space. This space with the lighting, and then I have 2 light stands here. Usually this is like my iPhone filming gadget. See it? And you can actually lower it down, make it taller, and it actually goes right where my laptop is right now. So I would move that there. And then because my iPhone clips right into here, and then I can actually film my live videos with good lighting. And behind me, this is the whole setup that I just set up. I got completely completed last week for like $100. And again, I will send all the list of the stuff that I bought. But like this paper back here is what photographers use. And you can get this paper in many different colors, like to match your brand. You can see a crease down below, and that's actually because on Sunday I made this longer so I could play around like where my iPhone sits in terms of like I can, you know, kind of like aim it up. Usually you can't see the seam, because you can see the seam today because I'm using my laptop, and my laptop is sitting so much lower, which is why I'm like this. But usually my iPhone stand is up higher, so I can sit back and up, and you can actually really just see me from here to here, and I'm lower. See what I'm saying? So I use my iPhone, and I film live videos every week. And then I also do Instagram stories. I love my Instagram stories, and Instagram stories are a little bit more lighthearted. They're not so serious. In fact, I was making a little lunch before I came up to my office right now, and I was like cooking some spinach for all you health coaches. I was cooking some spinach, and I was just talking about how, you know, making myself a really healthy breakfast, need to make sure my energy's up, and then I talked about doing this webinar, and I do all that with my iPhone. iPhone 7 is so great in terms of camera. So yeah, every day. And I'll also do videos. I'm in this one coaching group. I go to Bali in October. I'm so excited with this group, but I do lives in that group every week too, multiple times a week.
What made you decide on that kind of stand?
I needed something that was going to be tall enough. I wanted something that I could stand or I could sit in this chair. And I actually decided, originally I was planning on standing. And then when I sat this chair down, I thought, well, actually sitting might be okay. I might get a chair that's maybe a little bit brighter, but this way it's flexible in terms of how I want to, what position I want to be in, because I can like make this much taller.
Well, you know what, it looks like it'd be perfect to stand in a kitchen or something and have that.
That would be awesome because you can bend this down to actually, film what you're cooking. You can set it back and get like an entire kitchen view. Yeah, this stand would be awesome for that.
How is that at muffling sounds? I know I've listened to some Facebook Lives or some different videos where you hear everything around them, and then I've heard some that all you hear is the person's voice. Are there ways to adjust that? Do you know?
I know on on live, I don't know about that, but I do know on ScreenFlow you actually you can click background noise remover, and it actually filters out background noise, and it helps filter like echoes and things like that.
So you can take your video from the iPhone and put it on ScreenFlow and it'll do that for you? Oh, how cool.
Yeah, you totally can. The only thing when you record like on an iPhone and you upload that to ScreenFlow, it's just one file. So it doesn't like extract your audio and then extract your images. So basically you're just left editing one thing, right? The entire video. Instead of like if you filmed it within ScreenFlow, you would have 3 separate things that you can edit and play with. You have your audio, you have your background music, and you have your images, and then you get to play around with each layer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Do you use your, I've got questions here from Susan. We've already answered that one. What kind of light do you use? Did you buy a special light from this, or did you bring kids' lights down? Or
I did. This is so cool. Let me see if I can. You know what? I bet I can move my laptop and show you guys. You're going to see like the actual color of my office. Okay. And to make sure that I don't unplug. Okay. Ooh, that's right. Hold on. All right. Let me turn this light down. Okay, now you can see it pretty good. Okay, so, and if I touch it, it turns back on. Okay, this up here is super fancy. Let me turn this off so you guys can see. Okay, this is a clear shower curtain. Like it's not clear, but foggy. That was like $3. And I cut it into like 12-inch squares. These are super expensive wooden clips. No, they're not. They're cheap. Okay, this is a stand that I bought on Amazon. It's like a stand that like a photographer would use right here. And on Amazon, I got 2 of these for $28, I think. And then I got these little clippies from Home Depot, and they're just, I'm not going to take it off, but they're the clamp clips that are really strong. Mm-hmm. And then these lights, I don't know if you've probably seen these, but again, these are at Home Depot, or you can get them at Walmart, or you can buy them on Amazon, but Walmart and Home Depot are the cheapest. And the light bulbs, this honestly was probably the biggest investment with light bulbs, because you want to make sure you get, and let me grab, they're they're LED light bulbs, okay? So LED light bulbs are super, super important when you're doing lighting for videos. It creates less of a glare. It's more of like a natural lighting. They're a little bit more pricey. Like, I ended up going back to Home Depot after I bought LED lights at Walmart and bought like cheap LED, and then I realized, you know what? I'm going to spend a little bit more because these are dimmable. So they're Cree and they're at like Home Depot or Lowe's, and I think it was $19 for 4, and they're dimmable. So those are the light bulbs in those. So I connect this light stand like on here with a clip, put my light bulb in there. I got this right here is a little dimmer thing that you can get at Home Depot. You plug it in and then you plug your light right into it and it makes this dimmable. All you have to do is touch it and it dims automatically. So
you're so nice for sharing all of this with us.
Yeah. This stuff excites me.
You did a lot of research to get all of this information.
I did. I get really excited about saving a buck. Sometimes too excited. Like, I have girlfriends that think I might be a little obsessed about it. But I think, you know what? As long as it's fun, it's fun for me, I'll do it. If we have more time one day, remind me to tell you about my trip to Iceland when I made my kids wear these like crazy fisherman's vests so they could like shove their iPods and their books in there so we didn't have to pay for extra baggage. I'll tell you that later. Yeah, but this is fun. And when you're starting out in the business and you're growing your business, you want quality, but who wants to spend thousands of dollars when you're first starting out and you're playing and trying to figure out, you know, is this for me? Is this something I'm passionate about? And the only way to know if you're passionate about it is to do it. Right. So, yeah, you don't want to
spend a ton of money and then find out that you didn't want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? We did our very first Club Med is we hired videographers to come down there, and that was one of our gifts to everybody that came. We surprised them, and we had everybody bring their elevator pitch, and then we recorded them doing the elevator pitch. We got some of the people that were there on this call now, but nobody I think realized how scared they were going to be when they got in front of those cameras. Were you scared getting in front of your own camera, or is it different if you've got videographers all around you?
No, I was terrified. And in fact, to even like get my feet wet for Facebook Live, I was dreading it and like avoiding it. But I knew in the back of my head like it was something that I needed to get into. So I had to do a 30-day challenge. And I did a 30-day challenge. I got myself an accountability partner, and I posted on my Facebook page, my business page, I did a Facebook Live for 30 days straight. And looking back at those like original videos, oh no, like, oh, poor Kristen. Like, there were some days that I really had no idea what I was going to talk about. So there were days where I'm like, here's my morning routine, and like, but you can tell towards the end of those 30 days, just something clicks about midway through, and you're like, oh, this is no big deal. Like, still though, if I'm on a Facebook Live and I'm in the middle of a flow, like I'm flowing, like I'm talking, I'm really into it, as soon as I see that notification that so-and-so is joined or so-and-so is joined, like, still,
that makes you nervous.
I get that, like, yeah, like, I have to swallow really heavy, and like it kind of like throws me off my train of thought. So I think probably that's something that's just gonna stay. But other than that, it's just I would recommend, if you haven't done it yet, get an accountability partner and just say 30 days straight, Facebook Live every day. And
my daughter did that Facebook Live challenge, and it was really good for her. I can remember, you know what, I interviewed Marie Forleo, and I was not nervous interviewing her, but when I found out my mother was getting on to listen, that made me nervous. So it's funny the things that
that is so true.
I have questions about lighting on here from people.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle said never mind afterwards, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. Is the backlight the same setup as the one that you showed us, but just smaller, or
Yes.
on a shorter tripod?
Exactly. It's a smaller stand. And so this one, I think this was $9, this stand. And it's the same clamp, those little clamps that hold the lights on there. They're like $1 a piece. The back one, I don't have the shower curtain material on there. And I don't know why actually I don't have on there. I think I put it on there originally and it wasn't enough light, and so it was showing my shadows on either side, because really that's to create depth, and it really does help with the shadows from these two lights. Like sometimes if the lighting's off, you'll see the chair shadow, or you'll see my head over here and wobbling back and forth when I move. So I don't have the shower.
It might pay to take a photography class if you were going to do a lot of those, just to learn about lighting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Or
there's a website, Wistia, W-I-S-T-I-A, and that's the website I found to actually figure out how to do this whole setup.
Really?
And I'll send you a link to that.
Okay.
It actually like walks you through like making sure that like the two front lights are 3 feet apart in the front, and how far out to pull your body or your chair out, making sure that the light behind you is right behind you. Like there's really no space between my chair and the light. All those little important details. So I can say that to you too.
Are the lights bright white?
They're just LED. So LED doesn't have like bright white or soft white. It's just by wattage. So I think I did 175 watt the first time.
I noticed that box was 60 watts. You went down a little bit because they were so bright.
Right. I went down and I didn't do the dimmers the first time because even though the LED lights are all they cost more than the regular light bulbs, not all of them are dimmable. So I first went and like ordered at Walmart. I'm like, oh, I can get, like the stands. I did Amazon, but the lighting, the metal light casings and the clippies, I'm like, oh, I can order that all on Walmart online and even get the total down cheaper. So I tried Walmart's LED lights first, the 75 watt. They weren't dimmable, and it just wasn't, it wasn't as soft. It was more of like a harsh lighting. And that was recommended at first, and I was like, oh, I'm okay. I'll try these. And then I got them. I was like, okay, yeah. And so that's when I went to Home Depot, and I'm like, okay, it's worth the $20 because the lighting is so much softer. And then I have 3 levels, depending on, and you have to have all your lights turned off in the room that you're filming in, and like shut your windows. Like this should be the main source of light.
Okay. Susan had some questions about working in the kitchen. These are really good questions, Susan. Okay, where you are right now, you probably don't have any windows, do you?
I do. I have a window over in the corner, but my office is laid up like it's this way, and then there's a little nook that goes that way. And so the window's that way, but my shades are turned down.
Do you have room darkening shades or semi-opaque? Or
that would be a really good thing to get. And like that paper, like the temporary shades you can get like at Home Depot that are like, I don't know, $9. And
you can get room darkening shades. Yeah. That's what, Susan, how many windows do you have in your kitchen? I could see that being a problem with natural light in a kitchen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I guess it depends on how much light you're getting in there. But if you're filming with an iPhone in your kitchen and it has a lot of natural light, you may not need lighting like this at all.
Yeah, I experiment a little bit with it.
Get a stand like this and experiment
Moving around a little bit.
times of the day. Like I find the sun coming in a window, the 10 to 11 a.m. range, the lighting is so much softer, but it's also bright enough to really get clear video. So just try filming, depending on where the light comes in your kitchen, different times of the day. And also, you know, play around with the stand, put it in different positions. But that's the fun of it, like just trying to figure out what works. At least fun for me.
Does that answer? Okay, Susan said thanks.
Sure.
Does anybody else have any questions? Everybody's saying thank you.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
If you don't have any questions, then I thought, will you email me your list?
Yep. I will make a list of everything you need for Facebook Lives, including the stands, and then the whole list of the lighting too, like where I got the paper, all that good stuff.
Do you know what? Susan has a question. Do you need a microphone for iPhone videos?
I don't use a microphone for my iPhone videos. Nope.
They have good sound.
We do.
And then she blocks it off the extra sounds when she puts it on the software.
Yep.
And then Crystal says, do you use multiple cameras at the same time and then do edits? Oh, you could get fancy and do that, Crystal.
Oh, you could totally get fancy and do that. I've seen coaches have multiple cameras going and they're filming in multiple Facebook groups, like at the same time. Like Facebook Live groups. You know, like this iPhone
Really?
one group. And then they're filming different places.
ScreenFlow is the name of the software, Catherine, and we're going to give you a list of everything too.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to go ahead and go to your meeting, then I think I'll take the screen back and I'm going to share my screen and we're going to study some different things and you can stay and watch if you want, if you got a little bit of time.
Great.
But we're going to look at some things that, we'll look at yours first, the one that you said that you did. And I wrote down, you said that you got audio, you did the audio and you found image clips and then you wrote the script. So
yep, in the
we'll
background.
do that one first.
Yep, all that with zero out of pocket.
Okay. Yep. I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to change the presenter.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. You are a big help.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Susan says, I love this. Everybody's saying thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I want to
Let's see. I can stop sharing my webcam. That'll help. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to show my screen. There's not much to see right now. Can you guys see my screen? This is about as clear as my desktop ever gets. Okay, and Marla said we could look at hers first. So we're good. Oh, you know what? Let's do this first. Let's look at this video. Can you guys see my screen? Somebody say if you can see my screen and hear it. Okay, good. Yay. This is Kristen's very first video. I don't know how to make it so that you can hear it. You know what? I'll give you the link so you can watch it later too. It's in the chat box. I think Kristen is gifted at this, but you know what? If you really want to do something, then you're driven to learn how to do it. And you can tell that with her. I'm going to go ahead and skip through this and show you some of the different things that she did. And there you go. That's her video. That's the very first video that she ever did. I think that's pretty good. Um, okay, then I wanted to show you, you know what? I want to show you where Marie Forleo started. She actually started, whoops, they'll move us. Oh yeah, there you go. This is her second thing where she had that intro done for it. But look at, she's sitting in her little apartment in front of the window. She lit down her Roman shade. Okay, so that's, we don't need to watch the whole thing just to get the idea what that looked like. But you can go back and that screen flow or that software she talked to you about, you can do on an iPhone, and you can do something like this little intro right here to make it, whoops, this thing right here. All that is just an insert to make it look more professional. Let's see what she did at the end. Then she put in her little thing at the end. And that's it. That was just like an iPhone video. That was her beginning. And then if we go to 2, I think this is where she just started with her background with the brick. She got some help, I think, with her videos there. But she found out that those worked for her. And I got a lot of noise going on back here. Okay, and then you see what she's got now, where she goes into a studio and she does a whole bunch all at once. So they've changed over time. She's got a whole crew that's working with her there. Penny Shelton. Penny uses her desktop a lot. She uses her iPhone too. So there she's using her iPhone. I think that's as much as she's going to tell us. But you see her videos are very informal, and they work just fine. Look at how good her video is and how clear it is. Yeah, you know what, Catherine? I'll just take, I've got these all on um, a sheet of paper here, and I'm just clicking on the link, so I'll just copy them into Facebook, and you guys can look too. You're welcome. Okay, Dara Dubiny, I've been watching her since the beginning of time. I actually found her through Penny Shelton, but I wanted to show you something here. This is Dara's typical thing, and hey, Susan, watch her kitchen, because, whoops, that's not hers. Oh, no. That got in there accidentally. Okay, let's look. Dara Dubiny. You can get on YouTube too, and you can just kind of go through. Okay, I recognize this one's her kitchen. She does a ton of stuff in her kitchen. Look at her windows open. She's using natural light. I'm going to copy this and put it in there. Can you guys hear this, or are you just seeing it? Yeah, she is beautiful without makeup, isn't she, Susan? Okay, so she goes on here for 33 minutes on here, and she does all the stuff. She even leaves it so that you hear her Vitamix going. But she's got a giant following. 3,159 views of this where she's showing how to make something. I can't tell on here how many followers she has, but she has a lot. Okay, so I'm going to close that one down so we don't have the noise coming from that one. Okay, now I want to show you something I found this morning where she is doing actually a little bit nicer video. It looks like it's going to be used as a advertising type video for the place that she's at. She's like at a dude kitchen, Sweetwater Kitchen in Boulder. So it's going to be like an advertisement for this place. So it's a little bit more professional. It doesn't look too much different than most of her other ones, except for that you can tell it's a little bit better camera. Not too much, though. She has the same style. Yeah, this one goes for like 6 minutes. And that could still be just an iPhone too. I might be just guessing. That's something more. Okay, Jeff Walker. I want you guys to watch this. This man makes millions of dollars a year, and he does his videos just to keep himself out there in front of people. Look what he did yesterday. He's at a family reunion, and he's on his whatever board that is. And he's got 2,030 views. He just put his podcast out, and he's been on vacation the entire time he put his podcast out, and he's up in the top 10. So you do not have to do fancy videos to do well. Here's another one that he did. This one's a little bit better quality, but not that much. This is about the most dressed up I've ever seen him. Okay, Ashley told me I could show you hers. She said they're not any good, but it just, all this is a Facebook Live. Let's see, we'll do this one. Her title is Why We Suck at Self-Care, but that's her people who watch her love that. And it's had 117 views in her little group, so that's pretty good. So you don't have to do anything too fancy. It looks like she put on a lot of makeup, but oh, she put on makeup for that one too. People look at this stuff and, you know, that's pretty good quality. I know she doesn't have an iPhone. Susan, whose are you asking about the light in the computer? Ashley? No. She's using, you know what, I don't know what she's using. She's probably using her webcam. Uh, that's the World Summit. No light there. She's just got regular lighting there. Okay, Karen Wright, she's one of our health coaches, and I saw her when she first started getting on there, and she's gotten more and more confident. I just got a note that said that we could use hers. I sent her a note right when we started, so she said, yeah, we could look at hers. But she has a simple Facebook Live, Tea Time with Karen, and it's on probiotics. So she's been doing Facebook Lives. Every once in a while I'll see her pop up, and I think, yay, Karen. See how many Facebook Lives? We'll go back kind of to the beginning. She'll love me for this. Let's do the one where she's got a teacup. Here she's interviewing somebody. She does great with interviews, doesn't she? Okay, so that one had 63 views, and she has, where does it show how many likes you have? 567. Oh no, that's her personal. Let's look at Health Right. She's doing that on her there. 46 people like this. She had more people watch her. Karen, if you're watching this, you need to get something on your Facebook Lives that say like my page. But she's got more people watching her Facebook Live than there are that like her page. So she's doing good with her Facebook Live. That'll make everything grow faster. Okay, Marla. Oh, you know what? I saw something on here. You gave me something that said, that they were all on. Here, I've got it. You said they were all on your website, so. Oh, that's a good one. You just didn't want us to see this one. We're going to watch this one. That looks like a fun one. She didn't sleep well last night. See, now that's a fun one to watch. That's great. Do you know what? I'm going to go ahead and put in that link that, so it'll go to it. We're almost out of time too. We did pretty good. Then we'll stop. Oh, and she's got some videos here. Did you make this video, Marla? Yes, with Adobe Spark. Yeah. Yeah, practice daily. You know what? The more you do it, Adobe Spark is free. That's right. I've done a little bit of playing with Adobe Spark too. And they're working on doing new things with it. You can do an Adobe Spark video in just like seconds. Not seconds, but I'll bet you could get an Adobe Spark. I could get an Adobe Spark video up in 6 minutes probably. Very cool. And the faster you can do it, the better. Excellent. Good job. Yeah, and there's free music with Adobe Spark. I answered your question too, Susan. Is there music? And yeah, they do have music and it's free. Do they still have their advertising on it, Marla? I think so. Yeah, that's the one problem right now because it's free. They put their advertising on it, but I don't really care. Yeah, you had a free trial. Or, oh, so maybe they're charging for it now. At the time that I was messing with it, it was free and they had no option to buy it. Oh, you could download the video and crop out the ad. Yeah, I like fast and easy. I've done a few of these Adobe Sparks and they were real easy and fast and they did real well with ads. Okay, we're out of time. I think we learned a lot. That was so nice of Kristen. And I will give you her, she's a business coach too. And maybe she would, you know, if you wanted to take the shortcut. I have not even talked to her about how she's going to benefit from doing this, except for that she was really kind to come and share this time with us. So I will tell you that she is a business coach. And I don't know, maybe if you wanted to do a shortcut and get some help, she could help you with it. But all of that is with no strings attached, that she gives you the names of the things that she used for the videos. Yeah, Susan, she's going to email those to me and I'm going to post it on in the Facebook group. And then I am going to take these links that I shared here and post it in the members group right now so that you guys can go through and kind of look. And you know, this is like market research too. You go through and you watch these things. And Susan, you know, anybody that's thinking about doing it in the kitchen, watch the people that are doing the juicing and the different things in the kitchens and watch what they're doing with their windows. I vaguely remember, but it's been like 4 years ago, Dara had her daughter following her around, Dara Dubonnet, with a lamp or something to give her a little bit of extra light. So, you know, and then she had friends that would help her. She'd have friends pop in on her videos and help her make a smoothie or something. So, you know, anything you can do. And people watch those things. You look at Dara Dubonnet's and you see how many people sit and watch her for hours on end making the food. And she throws in, you know, she may tell you how to make the food that she's preparing, but she'll also, you know, tell you, you know, personal stories or health stories or things that she knows about, gossip, you know, so they're kind of fun things to watch. And it's, you know, it's something that you can learn from other people by watching their videos. Michelle said, have Susan look into a reflector if the windows are behind her and the reflector can bounce some light onto her. That's a great suggestion, Michelle. Thank you. Okay, thank you. We did it. We're going to end on time. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.